I don't know if all of these games were announced on Gamescon, but we can have a little look at the games that they have presented. There are some new games because I actually I got almost a little flabbergasted the other day or a few weeks ago when someone asked me. I think it was Fast. Like, what are the games you're looking forward to in upcoming games? And to be honest, I don't fucking know. I couldn't on the over the top of my head think of a game. But no, it's Witcher 1, of course. The remake Witcher 1 is gonna be amazing, I hope. We have Witcher 4 that is coming as well. So of course more games than these are coming, but I guess these are the big ones that got announced on Gamescom. So we have of course Silksong that is coming here. Really excited about this one. It has taken them 8 years to make this game. That's pretty crazy. 8 freaking years. And we've been waiting for 6 years. I think they announced the game 6 years ago. And now it's finally gonna come out on September 4th, 2025. Or actually, they did not announce 2025. They only said September 4th. We have no idea which year it's gonna be. So it could be September 4th, 2026. Who the fuck knows? When it comes to Team Cherry, it could be anything. But no, yeah, Silksong. Like, I have really high expectations for this game. Because Hollow Knight is by far the best Metroidvania and one of the top 3 games I have played in my entire life. And since it's taken them 8 years, 8 long fucking years, to make the sequel to that game. And the reason for that sequel taking 8 years is because the developers have had so much fun doing the game. Like, it actually puts the bar really high. What I hope that we see from this game is that the gameplay, of course, is gonna be like great, and the graphics and everything. I'm fine with, kind of, if it looks the same or if it's better or not. Like, I don't care that much about that. I want to see innovation, if that makes sense. It feels like in every Metroidvania, it's been the same. You start off, you get your dash, eventually you unlock the dash, you unlock your double jump, you unlock a spell of some sort, like, and that's about it. And it feels like that thing, just the double jump, the dash, it's been the same formula for every game, every Metroidvania that had been released since Hollow Knight. It feels, and of course this has been a long, it's not like Hollow Knight brought this to the gaming space, but I want to see new mechanics for the player that is really fun to play. To be honest, the one game that made it really, really good, brought something new into this space, is actually Nine Souls. I don't know, maybe some other game did it before, but the first game that I played where you had Sekiro parry in a 2D platform Metroidvania was Nine Souls. I cannot tell you how much I love that playstyle. I thought Nine Souls was so great. If Hollow Knight did the same playstyle with their graphics and everything and the mood, and I mean, not that Nine Souls did it wrong, definitely not, but if they could add the parry mechanic and this playstyle to Hollow Knight as well, man, it would be insanely good. Holy shit. But I really hope that the developers have found new interesting ways to play a Metroidvania. New interesting ways to do innovative combat and new interesting ways of doing boss mechanics. Because to be honest, if you look at Hollow Knight as well, the first third, I would say if you do Pantheon 5, the first 30 bosses is kind of not that hard, not that special. But yeah, no. So I have high expectations for this game. I really hope it can deliver, and if it does, we will most likely have a game that is going to be crowned as the new king of Metroidvanias. That is my honest belief. Knowing that it's actually coming out and so soon makes me so happy. Definitely Dragonborn. I 100% agree. Actually, they could not have made a better reveal. It's been 6 long years, and they just, with 2 weeks notice, said that like, hey, the game is finished. Otherwise, usually it's like, oh, it's gonna come in 2 months or 3 months or like in the fall. Now they're like, nah, you've been waiting 6 years? Yeah, no, wait 2 more weeks and we're releasing it. It's actually a really fun move that they made. They could have given me a code for the game. That would have been better. Oh, yeah. Now, so Silksong. Big game. Really looking forward to this one. I have high expectations, and I do honestly believe that it will meet expectations as well. Have you guys played the Indiana Jones game? They released a pretty new Indiana Jones game that I've heard is actually a very good game. I know a lot of people played it and thought it was great. I have not played any of them. And I see they're making a new. Yeah, I have. It's fucking amazing. Maybe I should play Indiana Jones as well. I think I saw Jesse Cox stream it a little bit. And it looked like a very fun game. I have never been a big Indiana Jones fan. A lot of the times I think games that is based on movies and stuff kinda rides a little bit too much on their fan base. They're already established fan base. But if the game can actually deliver, I have to change my attitude towards games based on movies. It is... I know I said it, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but like back in the day, games based on movies were really bad most of the times. It had a shitty story that tried to mimic the movie that never lived up to, like, not even close to the movie. And it just scarred me for life. So every time I see the name of a movie, whether it's Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Deadpool or Spider-Man or Batman, like, I always instantly think that this is a shitty movie. They're just trying to milk more, a shitty game. They're just trying to milk more money from like the IP, the name of the game. But actually, game development has come a long way now. I gotta give Indiana Jones an honest try and see if it's a good game. And if this one coming up is gonna be good as well, not Bethesda. If this game coming is going to be just as good, I mean, it looks really cool. And I did watch the Indiana Jones movies not too long ago. All 4 of them. Or is there 5? No, 4. Because I haven't actually seen it in a very long time. Or at all, to be honest. That's how long it's been. It's a perfect Indiana Jones story between Raiders of and Crusade. A cool artifact thing you're figuring out. Wonderful music and Nazi archaeology is as the main villain. Man, can you ask for more? I don't think so. Actually, and this is, I think this is the right way of doing it. Indiana Jones game that is in between 2 movies with a separate storyline that is not trying to copy a movie. Hi, Bidon, how are you doing? Because when a game is copying the plot from a movie or a series, it's never any good. It will never be as good as the series or the movie it's copying. It will feel like a cheap ripoff. But when they're actually making an entirely new story, just borrowing the IP, then I think it's more fine. No, you can't, but you get more. The actors who voices Indy sounds exactly like Harrison Ford. So it's like you're listening to the man himself. Oh man, that's good. And I mean, that is pleasing. That is an awesome way of pleasing the fan base that already exists around Indiana Jones as well. That like you actually feel like you are Indiana Jones because it's so immersive, right? With the voices, with everything. Because it would, if they were to put my voice on Indiana Jones, it would be weird, right? So maybe this is the right way of doing it. I gotta give these movie games another go. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong. They look very fun as well. Mario Kart, I've never been a big, like... it's been fun to play with friends, but I don't know if I've ever been big into Mario Kart. Like, I play it every now and then, but almost never. He called Troy Baker, and he's a fantastic voice actor. Joel from The Last of Us. Right. Yeah, he's really good. I love his voice in The Last of Us. I'm such a big Last of Us simp. I love those games. Even I know a lot of people do not like The Last of Us Part 2 as much. And I can agree, The Last of Us Part 1 was better than Part 2. By a mile. But I still think that Part 2 was a good game. A very good game. And I've platinumed that game. Because I thought it was so good. One of the few games I have platinumed. Not because it's hard, but because it's a game that I want to have done everything in. Dune... Isn't this out? Isn't people playing this all the time? And this is also one of these games that something inside of me is just screaming that they're trying to rip off the IP. If this was not called Dune Awakening, if this was called Glurkenrock Going to Sleep, would it still be a good game then? I'm just thinking, if you take away the name, the IP that it's based upon, of course, maybe that is a little bit unfair, but if you take away the IP and what it's based upon, and you make the same game, would it still be a good game? Or is it only good because it's riding on the IP? I have never played Dune. I know a lot of people like it. But it's also, I am curious if it's... if most people kind of like it because they love Dune. If that makes sense. Like a Star Wars game. A lot of people love Star Wars. And that makes them automatically like a Star Wars game, even if it would maybe not be a good game if it was not Star Wars. Look up announcement videos for PS5 release date. It's Troy Baker and Nolan North, who is, of course, is Nathan Drake. So it's like Nathan Drake welcoming Indiana Jones to PlayStation. Nice. I gotta have a look at that. I really do. I didn't even see the... What was this trailer on Gamescom? I don't remember. Fire simulator games? I don't know. It feels like those get boring after 2 or 3 maps. Pokemon games I've never really been interested in either. I like the old Game Boy versions, but Crimson Desert. X-Born. What the hell was X-Born? Was this the one that looked kind of like Gears of War? But with robots? Well, the Indiana Jones DLC drops next week, like Thursday or Friday. Oh, so wait. Is this a DLC? I thought this was a standalone game, that they made a second game. Or is this a DLC? Or is what you're talking about a DLC that drops to the original game? The vampire game Dawnwalkers looks nice. What was Dawnwalker? Blood of the Dawnwalker. Let's have a look. Do we have a trailer for that? Dawnwalker. Blood of the Dawnwalker. Oh, it's 8 minutes. But this is a gameplay. Let's have a quick look. Maybe it's a little loud. Let me pause the music as well. Oh, this is gameplay. Oh, so you're... Man, this reminds me of Thief. Did you guys ever play Thief? Wasn't this very similar to that? Like medieval old, running around on rooftops and just... I straight away I started thinking of Thief when I saw this game. Except for you turning into a cloud of smoke. Hamburger? Hi, Potatoes Police. How are you doing? I hope you're having a... Wait, what the fuck? Is he walking on... We're checking out some games that is coming from... that we saw on Gamescon.
Better be quiet.
Oh, so you're fighting with your hand, like your claws as well. This looks like it could be actually... This looks like it could be pretty cool, to be honest. The only thing I'm afraid of is that it might become repetitive. But I can see how this is fun combat, because it's very well telegraphed, like swings and everything. And I wish they made a lot of... I hope this is a game that they shouldn't make too straightforward. Like, they shouldn't give you a quest marker and show you where to go. Like, this is a type of game where you should figure out the best way of getting past. Whether that is fighting or sneaking or using abilities you have unlocked. That would be awesome. Okay, actually, yeah, this looks really good. Maybe we should wishlist this one. I'm doing decent. Just had a tough week. And apparently I got ill from Fieldcraft from my week away with the army cadets. And it happened like 3 weeks ago. All right. Yeah. Being sick is not... is never fun. Interesting. I'll... You know what? Should we go through and wishlist a few games? Dawn Walker. Let's add to wishlist. Let's have a little add to wishlist stream. Doom 2016? Yeah, we're actually just if you dropped in right now, I've been playing that all week. And I think I am on the second to last mission now. I think I'm on mission 12. We're in the hell world and we're trying to destroy something floating in the sky. Try Hell is Us. That has absolutely no quest log, no map, only compass, and you can only and you can bring showing up north, south, east, and west, and that's it. You figure your own way through the story and talking to NPCs and clues in the world. Man, that's a... Wait. Hell is Us. Hell is Us? Let's have a quick look.
But I grew up on the outside.
And thanks for the recommendations.
Why come
I don't know if I've heard of this game.
Parents. I had to find them.
I've beaten the game and all I can say is the final boss battle is fun as shit. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've killed 2 bosses so far. First was a fucker that shot waves to jump over, and second one I killed was some guy that split into 2. And I'm guessing the third is gonna be the last boss.
Whatever was happening here, I was now part of it.
This looks pretty cool. Maybe I should wishlist this as well. It will. I guess it's definitely worth getting if it's on sale or something.
I didn't. All I remembered was that my father was the village blacksmith.
And it's a
There, I felt a
very mixed aesthetic of like old and new, right?
connection to Hadia.
Choose your next move wisely.
Almost a little Final Fantasy like with big weapons and everything.
Pissed off the wrong people.
I want to piece together whatever is happening here, and you want to stop it.
It became my burden.
Look at you. Compromised by your emotions.
I won't stop.
This actually looks really cool. I've never... Yeah, this game looks cool. I've never heard of this game at all. I know I would be shit at this game, but my monkey can't dodge for shit.
Continue.
Actually, I am not very good at the dodging either. Let's wishlist this one as well. If it's on a sale, I 100% want to buy it. I am so shit at dodging in Dark Souls and everything, and Elden Ring. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's so easy." Just look like I do not remember the fucking combos they do depending on which fucking angle they put their arm when they're gonna do a swing. I am really bad at those games. When I get it, but it takes me time and energy to get the muscle memory. Takes place in the 90s, right? Country ravaged by civil war. This dude was smuggled out of the country as a kid. He now comes back as an adult soldier trying to find his parents, only to discover that some weird shit is happening. Right. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Ooh, Doom, The Dark Ages. Do I have that in my wish list? Doom? No, we need to put Doom The Dark Ages in the wishlist as well. That's a game that I also want to play, but I don't want to pay 80
Accessible
euros
through the main menu, the Ripatorium will
for
give
the
way-
game yet. So if it's a good sale, I'm definitely buying it. I'm refusing to touch soil, like Souls-like games, because all I can say is I would not have an Xbox anymore. Yeah, I know, it is really rage-inducing, holy shit. To be honest, I've kind of gotten past that. For some reason, these games that make you get so angry. At some point, I figured out that it's just a puzzle I have to solve. When I got the mindset that this is just a puzzle I have to solve. It's not that I'm like doing everything wrong, but it's yeah. Hi Derek. How's it going? It's all good. We're just rounding off the stream, and I thought we were gonna have a look at some upcoming games that I saw on Gamescom. Some good, some less good. So just expanding my little Steam wishlist here. I thought Resident Evil Requiem looked cool. I think it's going to be fucking awesome. Let's see. I'm just gonna... Yeah, nothing here really looked... Resident Evil Requiem, yeah. This is gonna be great. I am so freaking in love with the Resident Evil games, especially the reboot ones. And this looks like it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to play this game. I don't know if you saw the trailer for it, but it looks like it's gonna be really fucking scary. I'm already shitting myself in fear and I can't wait. Yeah, basically. Yeah, the trailer was dope. Man, Resident Evil have had such a fucking roller coaster of a journey, because Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 is like cult classics. People remember playing these games as kids, and it was great. They were so good. And then Resident Evil 4 came. They changed the... I did not honestly like Resident Evil 4 as much. I know some people love Resident Evil 4 for the changes they did. I was on the opposite end, that I think they took something and changed it to, like, it was a style of game, the old Resident Evil games. And 4 changed that into any other action RPG, kinda. But I've grown to like it more. But I still think that the old ways of playing Resident Evil is the right way of playing it. You must be hyped for Silksong. Oh yes, we just had a rant for that, a long rant. I'm very hyped. It's gonna be amazing. I was actually curious about that, Derek. Are you gonna take a little Factorio pause as well and play that game? Because I know that you, just as I, am kind of interested in Hollow Knight and Silksong. In October, yes, I will. Nice. Then I think we'll both play it. I have a charity event for Factorio already planned all of September. Right. Yeah, and I think, to be honest, most people... I mean, it's always fun to play it on release, but it's gonna be a game that's gonna be along for a very long time. I think it's no rush in playing it. And to be honest, if you're thinking of as a Twitch streamer as well, everyone and their grandmother is gonna play this fucking game September 4th. So it might be that you lose viewers because all viewers will go to the biggest streamers that plays this on release. But who knows? Either way, I'm gonna try and play it as soon as possible. But most likely on September 4th. 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Amanda is driving right September 4th immediately. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have 300 viewers September 4th. Yeah. Or 300k viewers, right. Rokkor, are you streaming that weekend? I actually had a thought that I was gonna take 2 days off from work. Thursday and Friday, and stream Hollow Knight, Silksong from morning till early morning to late evening. But then my work decided that we were gonna have a very important meeting on Friday. So I most likely cannot take that day off to stream. So that put a big hard shit right in my plans. So instead I might just be streaming my normal hours, which is usually 2-3 hours from about 2-3 hours from now. And then maybe do weekend streams, because I really want to play Silksong on release a lot. But I will most likely stream both Thursday and Friday as well. But not as I planned. But I might instead do a weekend stream when we play through more of the game. There's not many games I'm looking forward to. The only one is Battlefield 6. Man, I haven't played... I think last Battlefield I played, was that Battlefield 4? I don't think I even played 5. I can't decide if I want to learn Silksong on keyboard or mouse or controller. I am a hardcore keyboard player. I cannot play games like that with anything else than my keyboard. And that is only because I was young. When I was young! Actually, when I was young, and piracy was not a big issue. It was like how you did stuff. Not saying that I did piracy, But back then, you went to a webpage called freeroms.com, I think. Don't go there now because it's not what it used to be. And you downloaded every fucking emulator for every game console you wanted. And my favorite was Super Nintendo. So I think I got a ROM pack, like a game pack, with more than 1,000 Super Nintendo games. And back then, you didn't really have a gamepad. You had a joystick. But hey, you're not playing Super Nintendo games with a joystick. So you were forced to play with keyboard. And I played so many Super Nintendo games. And I just got so used to playing with... So I use the arrow keys to move, and I use Z, X, C, A, S, D. Those 6 buttons, they were the 6 buttons from the Super Nintendo controller. And this is my way of playing every 2D platformer that I play. Every goddamn time. Because I cannot play with a controller. I tried. I had no idea you play the HK keyboard style. Oh, yes. To be honest, I don't know for how long now, I have tried to beat fucking Pantheon 5 on my PlayStation. I cannot do it with a controller. I cannot defeat the fucking owl at the end. He is a bitch, and I cannot get it with a controller. And when I play it with keyboard, it's like first try, I kill him. But when I go to my PlayStation 5 and I want to get Platinum, but I cannot get through Pantheon 5. I'm such a fucking scrub. Is emulation legal in Sweden? No. It never was, but no one cared 15, 20 years ago. Because the internet was a different place back then. So, actually, emulation is legal. The only caveat is that you have to own the game you're playing. So if you own the game, I think you are legally allowed to play it on an emulator on your computer. At least that's how it was back in the day. So if I have a physical copy of the game, I am allowed to play it on my computer on an emulator. But no, yeah, I cannot if my life depended on it, I cannot kill Absolute Radiance with a controller. Though, I gotta say, my muscle memory is from playing on computer as well. And I think there's input lag on the PlayStation 5. So it feels like everything I'm doing is a little off. I don't know if that's just an excuse or not. But I feel that it's not as responsive as with the computer. In Bulgaria, nobody gives a shit still. We have some insane amount of websites where one might conduct some, shall we say, Jack Sparrow business. Yeah. And to be honest, if you look at the prices of games now, I think we're going back to piracy. Not gonna lie. With the prices of games right now, we're gonna see a lot of skull and crossbone flags waving. Resident Evil. This is looking fucking amazing. I'm gonna play this day one. I don't think they had set a release date yet. But after Resident Evil 7, when they went back to their old roots of making a horror game, because they tried in Resident Evil 5 and 6 to make a fucking action game out of this. And they were not good. I don't know if I want to say that they were horrible, but they were not good. But then, with Resident Evil 7, they went back to the roots of making a horror game. And man, it was good. So if you want to play Resident Evil, and you're worried, that you're gonna have to play through 6 games to get to the amazing Resident Evil 7, don't worry. They restart the story in Resident Evil 7, so if you have never played a Resident Evil game before, I would even highly recommend you to start with 7. and then 8. 8 is the sequel to 7. Or 1, 2, and 3. In that order. So, if you can, play Resident Evil 7 and 8. This game looks awesome. I don't know if it's gonna be standalone from Resident Evil 7 and 8, or if it's somehow tied together with those old games. But it feels like they're kind of taking the story and just like bringing a new arc in this IP. But I don't know. I need to read up a little bit on it. Why did I think that was going to be Baymax from Big Hero 6? Who knows? I think 2 is on Xbox Game Pass. Let me check. Resident Evil 2 Remake. I have my shared thoughts about that. I love Resident Evil 2. That is my favorite game in the series. Resident Evil 2, the OG game. But that's probably nostalgia talking as well. But it was great. I thought it was so fucking good. But and I thought they made a great remake, except for one thing, and that is there's a guy called Mr. X that is following you, and he's a real fucking asshole. And I do not remember in the old game. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone remembers or have played it. I remember he existed. He was there all the time and he did shit. But he didn't chase you fucking 24/7. And I played Resident Evil 2 Remake, and when you're in the police house for the first half of the game or whatever, and he is chasing you fucking all the time. I understand that it's scary that you're being chased, but eventually you stop being scared and you start being annoyed, because I went into a room, I want to explore and find the keys and the items and everything, but you hear his fucking footsteps coming behind you, and oh man, I got so angry at him chasing me all the fucking time that it wasn't even scary, it was just so fucking annoying. And I do not remember that at all, that it was that bad in the old Resident Evil 2. I know he existed. I think he only existed as well when you were playing. There were when you finished the game, you could play as another character with all the key items shuffled, kind of like a randomizer. But they also added him in that second playthrough. And even there, he did not chase you all the time. He came and scared the shit out of you and chased you in some rooms. But as soon as you lost him, it was fine. But in this godforsaken, I don't know what went through their minds, but they have him chase you all the time. From start to fucking finish, you always have to be moving. And I thought that was horrible for the game. I thought it was fucking horrible, because it took away all the scariness from it, eventually. Yes, 2 and 3, both the remakes, I believe. Yes. Yeah, they did a remake of 3 as well. I played through the remake of 3 and it was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, it was pretty good. I think I never played the OG 3, but it was really good. And as I said, 7 and 8, Resident Evil have such a fantastic way of taking the most fucked up thing. The story of Resident Evil 7 and 8 is so fucked up, it's so weird, it's so you cannot make sense of it. And you're playing through the entire game and you find these clues, and all of a sudden small things that from this fucked up world actually start making sense, and then bam, they end it with just this has happened. And they can perfectly explain logically how everything is happening and taking place. And it's such a fucking beautiful story they're making. It is so cool how they tie it together in a way that feels so science fiction-y, fantasy-like, but also tying it together into it's actually logical. Of course this is how it happened. They made it so good. That is what got me every time I played the Resident Evil games. And this game is probably gonna be no different. I'm so looking forward to being amazed with how they can make sense of this weird fucked up shit that is happening. My biggest problem with 8 was that they marketed the game as a big vampire lady is the final boss, and she was the main first boss you kill. That sucked pond water? Yeah. I actually also thought that Lady Dimitrescu was gonna be like the main villain throughout the entire game. And I was very surprised when you killed her so early in the game as well, or ish early in the game. It really caught me off guard as well. So, but I thought it still lived up to its name. Like all the other games were. Or what did I say? Sorry, I started thinking of other thing. All the other bosses in that game was still fucked up enough to make it very good. But it was a little bit disappointing that we got rid of her so early. And she was like, yeah, I think she was the first boss, right? Or was there someone else before her? But no, yeah. This Resident Evil game I hope is gonna be as good. If it's as good as the others, man, we're in for a really good year. If this releases 2026 as well, 2026 is gonna be fucking insane. So I gotta check. Did I wishlist this one? Resident Evil Requiem on wishlist. Yeah, we have it wishlist. No of the 4 main bosses. Before the final one, she's first. Right. Yeah, so she was the first boss, yeah. No, yeah, they really... But I think it's also... Wasn't it kind of... I was thinking if the community also pushed it with her, right? They did market the game with her. But it was also a lot of push from the community because it was Big Mommy, right? I know in that game, they used American voice actors to voice the British characters, and they are good attempts at British accent. But you can tell it's a fake accent. I probably couldn't tell, I think, since I am not that used to the British accent. But when you live in Britain, I bet you can tell that it's fake. Kind of like I can tell that the Swedish chef is actually not speaking Swedish in the Muppets. I saw this game. I don't know if Chronos. I saw this. What are they saying? It's a third-person survival horror game developed by the renowned horror studio Bloober Team. Or Bloober Team. Best known for their critically acclaimed Silent Hill 2 remake. So the Silent Hill 2 remake people. Chronos. Let's have a look at the trailer. I know you have a cat in the game, which is very good. But I know I saw this trailer. So I watched this on Gamescon, and I don't think it really gripped me. I didn't think this looked amazing from the trailer, but I need to... I'm also planning on playing Silent Hill 2 Remake on in October. So you guys know. If you want to see some Silent Hill content, it's coming in October. I mean, there's something with this game that I don't know. It's a little too fucked up, if that makes sense. When the world is like turned upside down, when you got yellow strings through the air that is... I don't know. Maybe people like that. For me, it's a little turn-off when it's too fucked up. I like it when it's a little dark and gritty and like you more get the sense that everything is fucked. It actually looks better when I watch the trailer now. I could probably play it. Oh man. Releasing this September 5th. I don't think they're gonna have a... That's a very bad timing for them. Everyone is gonna be playing fucking Silksong. You know what? Let's wishlist this game as well. It looks okay. Maybe you get surprised when you play it. I used to talk to people from the UK from work for almost 8 years. It's obvious to me when someone is just doing an accent. A boa? Could you tell that I'm British from that? Boa? Just call someone a wanker and they know that you're British, right? Have top class, yeah, right? Just barely. Have you played Unimusha? I know this is a game series that is very popular. I don't think I've played a single Onimusha game, so I don't think I thought that it looked that great. I know some people were very excited to see it, but as someone that have never played it and doesn't know what it is, it looked like a Souls-like wannabe, kinda. I don't know. You have to say, "Oi, you bloody wanker," and you're fine. Okay, I'll do that. Oi, you blow wanker. Beijing S game. What the fuck was this? Phantom Blade Zero. Phantom Blade Zero. Did I see this? Phantom Blade. Oh, they don't even have a... They don't even have it on Steam. I don't even remember seeing this. Maybe this was not in the trailers. And I'm not sure what Space Marine 2, what they announced. I really love the Warhammer universe, and the Space Marine game. The Space Marine 2 was a fantastic game. Man, it was really good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that this Focus Entertainment gets to do more Warhammer games. They really hit the spot with Space Marine 2. They captured like the monsters, the Space Marines, the everything. They did it really well. If you haven't played Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, I can highly recommend this game if you like kind of horde shooter meets Souls-like. You also have to spend most of your life in a pub drinking beers with your bros. It's so amazing. Well, yeah, I can live with that. That sounds not too bad. Another pint on the road. I'm not into simulator games. Tropico, I tried a Tropico game. I understood nothing. Borderlands, I have not really gotten that much into as well. I played a little bit with Chris, Borderlands 2, but I haven't gotten that much into it. World of Warcraft Midnight. Honestly, World of Warcraft have had the best trailers. Some of the best trailers ever for their expansions. But I can honestly say that this was not one of them. Like, their their cinematic team has lost its touch. It's still very good, like the cinematic. Unfortunately, the game is not as good as I wished it was right now. And I can make a 1 hour long YouTube video what they should change to make the game good again. But I stopped playing. I've been playing this fucking game for almost 15 years. And now they have changed it into like a fucking abomination of a game that is basically just waiting for a fucking weekly to reset. And it's so fucking boring. I think a lot of people is just addicted to having friends in that game. That's why they still play it. Tropico sucks, not gonna lie, compared to the city builders out there. But it's probably better than City Skylines 2. I haven't played a city builder in a very long time. Actually, one game that I got not too long ago was a game called Pioneers of Pagonia. There. Not really a city builder, or kind of. It's a strategy game, but it's...
Our world has been ripped
it is
apart
basically the
since
Settlers
fog
2.
arrived. Traversing the seas between the new
You guys
islands is a
might be too
perilous
young to
endeavor.
remember the Settlers 2.
The fog dangers that vile creatures whirl
But this
together
is basically
and
you
make
build a
no
city
land
and you have to
safe
make
home
everything work
for
in the
all of
city.
us.
I haven't played it that much yet, but it looks and plays exactly like the old Settlers 2 almost.
There's still so much to
And
do.
I fucking love that game. It was so good. City Skyline 2 is broken to be 3 years, I think, from realized? Really? Let's see, what else do we have? Pokemon? I don't know. Duet 9 Abyss? I'm not into racing game or simulator games. Disciples. Final Fantasy 7 Remake? What the hell is that? Man, I'm so split with the Final Fantasy Remake games. They made the remakes kind of fun to play, but they fucked it up with the story. I hate when they use this multi-timeline bullshit. And people that are dead are not dead, and people that are not dead are dead, and like, you have no fucking idea what is what. And they did, like, Final Fantasy VII had one of the best stories ever made in gaming history. They could just have taken the story, made a remake, one-to-one copy it. But instead they had to do the weird fucking bullshit with timelines and I don't know. So I'm mad because I actually had fun playing through the second game, Rebirth. But I'm also so mad at how they changed the characters and what it became. Like, what the story changed into. At first I was a little bit excited, but then by the end of the second game, it was so all over the place. I had no fucking idea what was what. And I do not like it. I liked playing through the game, but I hate what they did with the story. Unfortunately. I love simulator games. Farming Sim is class. I started playing a few of them, but I played them for like 30 minutes and then I never started them again. I have a very hard time coming back to a simulator game. For some reason. Maybe I haven't given it enough time. But yeah. We'll see. Maybe one day. Let's see if there's anything else that we recognize here. Farming Simulator 25. How many have they done? There were some good games that they showed. I probably have to watch the trailer again. Maybe we should watch... Maybe after next stream we can watch through the Gamescon. Or actually that's like 2 hours. Maybe I need to make a separate stream for that. If I find time, we can check through all the all the games that they did trailers for. But some games were looking really promising. A lot of them, not so much, I'm afraid. Not from my taste and standpoint, at least. But yeah, no, we'll see. One thing is for certain, though. 2026 is gonna be an amazing year for gaming. And 2025 now is gonna give us maybe 2 of the best games I've ever played in my life. Which is hopefully Hollow Knight Silksong and Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That really blew my mind how good that game was. The story and the combat and the world building and the graphics, everything in that game is 10 out of 10. I cannot stop recommending. If you have not played Expedition 33, it's like a AA game made by 30 people. And it is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. It might just be that I'm a turn-based combat simp as well. I love turn-based combat. And it is so much fun. It is so good. I have 1 day, 6 hours and 19 minutes in Farming Sim 2022. Man. That's pretty good. Either way, guys, I think that's gotta have to be it for me today. I am very hungry and I have to make dinner.